In 2017, Guerilla Science presented the Intergalactic Travel Bureau stage show, a cosmic performance that invited audiences across the solar system's most awe-inspiring locales. The end result was a dazzling collision of science, theatre, music and intergalactic mayhem.
I starred as Europa, and I built on the music that I composed for the app and created a more extensive song piece, and it's been lots of fun. There was definitely a challenge around marrying science and art and how that could be communicated. What really stuck out about the meeting with Dr. Louisa Preston was her knowledge of really extreme environments, something which is actually really quite tricky and difficult to make that quite human. So I think I was able to absorb a lot of the facts and to write that into the verse of the song.
I was performing in the show as an aerialist. The first section I did was a demonstration of the human response to microgravity. The scientist Juliatius informed the microgravity piece, how one might feel nauseous, disorientated, and then when one lands back on Earth, it is with wobbly legs due to deterioration of the bone density whilst in space. And then I did a second aerial piece as the moon.
It looks fantastic. The audio visuals were, quite iconic. And I was a collaborator on the show, and I was advising about quantum physics, black holes, and gravitational waves, and so on. When I started this project, I was actually just really pleased and happy to be part of a stage show. That's something I never get to do. So this sort of expanding out the artistic side is something we don't always get to do as scientists. So this is like an area of work where it's really fun to expand into. The science was represented well. I think it's important to keep the artistic integrity. You want to convey some decent science, but some good artistic content as well.
Your heart hasn't had to pump so hard in space, so increased stress on the body's hardest working organ is to be expected.
One of the things that we found challenging, I think I can speak for all of us, was to match the hard science with the fun of a performance. That led to quite a lot of trial and error before we actually found a structure for the piece.
And for me, it's absolutely hilarious. Just like space science in general, it's like the fact that the scientists are incredibly clever, marvelous people, and you listen to them talking about these theories about folding space-time and known universe and the things that change when they're observed and when they're not, and it's like telling people that magic is real. For me, the fact that some of the top brains in the whole world spend their days talking about these absolutely absurd concepts is, for me, just the best bit.
Are you ready to order?
Yes.
And also that I find the territory where science and theater meet a very interesting place. Like quantum physics is very, very strange, and I think the two things kind of, almost merge together, collide, exactly, they collide.
It's not really, I don't think it's so much about education. It's really this enmeshing between art and science that's the important thing.
I think I'd like the audience to enjoy what I do, and I think if it aids more of a curiosity around space research, then I think we've really done our job.
Incredible. Incredible.
I really like the aerial kind of performances.
Yeah.
Different. Brilliant.
I would hope they would come away looking at the silly ways in which we represented some of the science and be like, yeah, that is as absurd as the science is.
Yeah, amazing.